cash. Dial star 110 hash or download the My Vodafone app or on Google Play or App Store to send money to all networks for absolutely free.
And send your dry fish to UK, US, and Canada at any DHL-owned service point and enjoy dedicated service, which ensures quick and secure deliveries. Stay in touch with your distant relatives by sharing a delicious local Ghanaian delicacies. Enjoy discounted rates starting from 165 Ghana cedis up to a weight of 2 kilograms. Now, this service is fast, secured, and guarantees a quick delivery to the UK, US, and Canada. For further information, contact DHL on 0302 21309027. That's 0302 213090 up to 7. And then send us an email, ghsales@dhl.com. DHL, excellence simply delivered.
All right, now let me tell you about APSA. Something that is exciting with APSA. You don't have to queue to watch a movie these days. You just have it stream on your screen in your living room. You don't have to go to the mall these days. You can shop online and have it delivered at your doorstep. What if you could do the same with banking? Now, meet Abby, your 24/7 digital banking service from APSA. Whether it is making an inquiry, paying a friend, buying airtime, or just checking your balance, just ask Abby to do it for you. Add Abby on WhatsApp right now, and the number is 050-164-4644. 050-164-4644. That's Africana City. That's APSA. Terms and conditions apply. Just remember, visit apsa.com.gh.
Great. So, Mama View, this morning we're privileged to be joined by Ken Ansan, who is COO, Chief Operating Officer of the Multimedia Group. We have Theodore Sampon, who is General Manager of SCS. And we also have joining us via Zoom, Abdullah Awud, who is General Manager at Dome Cluster Multimedia Group. Good morning, gentlemen, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Great. So, when the Joy Learning platform was created, the partners thought it to be the go-to channel for quality learning experiences. But after a year and many testimonies, it appears the channel is doing more than just that. Together, the partners, that's MGL Multimedia Group Limited, SCS, and KNET are spending almost 1.5 million Ghana cedis annually on the project. And in the following report, Joy News speaks to some beneficiaries of the Learning Channel who say it's turned their learning fortunes around.
The aspect of English that we are learning today is grammar.
Today, we are going to consider another interesting topic in mathematics, and that is coordinate geometry.
Muscle action or nervous actions need some of these elements. They just draw from the bone. That is homeostasis.
It's a platform that received a lot of positive reviews since its launch.
Not all the things taught in the classroom are what students understand. So when it's brought on the television, they make it easier for students to understand.
I encountered Joy Learning from Instagram, and I wanted to do the riddles that they had every week. Joy Learning teaches you things in fun ways, and they go deeper into explanation.
Launched just months before a pandemic that got the world indoors, Joy Learning has become a channel that offered free lessons for hundreds of thousands of senior high school students across the country.
I was done with my WASI then, but with my kid sister, it helped her a lot, especially with the mathematics, because my dad was always on her to learn. So we used that, we took the program as an opportunity to learn more of the maths, and she excelled.
Oh, some of the topics they were treating, like, we haven't been doing it in school, so that was helpful on my side.
And you think it should continue?
Yeah, I think so.
The first day that I watched Joy Learning, I said, oh, this thing can help us, because when the COVID came, we weren't going to school and we were indoors. So through Joy Learning, I learned so many things.
Joy Learning has given students an opportunity to learn and have fun at the same time with belts for SHS 1, 2, and 3. Currently, the channel airs all core and elective subjects in the SHS curriculum.
A year down the line, we can see that it's been a very, very successful event. We give God the glory for how far He has brought us. We've been able to reach out to as many SHS students as possible, especially during the time of the COVID, when they were cooped up at home with nothing to do. And so the Joy Learning channel came in handy for them. And they had access to free tuition, which otherwise they would not have had access to.
This corporate social responsibility drive got the support of other partners.
SES, we believe in giving back to the community, and we were happy to tag along with Multi-TV and Wolo TV and of course KNet, who are providing the connectivity to bring the channel from multimedia to their teleports in Makati here.
And these had to be beamed by satellite to homes across the country. That job was taken up by KNet, one of Ghana's biggest internet service providers.
So when Joy, or should I say multimedia, came up with the same dream, it was like a coincidence of two minds. So we supported the cause because we knew that this nation will not have enough space physically to provide the learning opportunities required by our people. So in order to also contribute to the growth of this nation, which we believe comes from education, we thought we should support in any way we can the platform that will provide for electronic learning.
After a year of operation, Joy Learning has obviously impacted many, and for the partners, the drive is one, ensuring learning for all.
I think that it is and it was a privilege to be invited to be part of Joy Learning. I wholly accepted that challenge and that privilege because I am convinced that more than the fishes of the sea, the crops on our land, and even the minerals underneath the crust of our land, our biggest resource is the human resource. It was for that reason that when Joy Learning came and I was asked to be part, I felt it was not a responsibility alone, but indeed a privilege to help our little ones, especially add to their knowledge.
The Joy Learning channel came in handy for them. And so we just want to thank God for his goodness over the past 1 year. And we look forward to the future with great anticipation, knowing that we've got our children who are the future of the nation hooked onto the channel. They are learning good things.
Indeed, a great learning platform, educating the next generation, one lesson at a time.
I will commend Joy Learning to my fellow students and our upcoming students here who are really willing to pass their WASI exams.
That's helped me think critically into things. First, I didn't have that knowledge to think very well, but now I'm able to come up with something by myself.
That's a report on Joy Learning put together by Jojo Kobna. Let me say that I even take advantage of it sometimes. It helps me to remember a lot of my English language lessons. And so when I'm listening and watching, I tend to understand, okay. If I've forgotten anything, then I remember it. Yeah. And this morning we're privileged to have Ken Ansa, who is the Chief Operating Officer of the Multimedia Group. Theodore Asampong is the General Manager of SCS. And Abdullah Audu, who is the General Manager of our Dome Cluster Multimedia Group, joining us for this all-important conversation. And I'll start off with you, Ken Ansa, because we started by talking about the importance of education and all of that, and also how education through the usage of television, for instance, complements our classroom learning. Help us understand, for instance, what went into taking this decision to start Joy Learning, a platform that would educate children on our television sets.
Thank you, Winston. Let's step back just a bit. The Multimedia Group has, over the years, through its Educare Foundation, given a lot of educational support to needy students. And for the last count, over 500 students have benefited from the multimedia group Educare Foundation, providing SHS scholarships. So along the line, when free SHS was coming into being, the question then was, okay, if such scholarship may not become necessary anymore, what more interventions can the multimedia group bring into this educational space to provide support for our students? And that was when this conversation started. And of course, we thought that, yes, we still must play a relevant role in promoting education. And at this point, then, we reached out to our partners, SES, KNET, and WOLO, to come together to create this platform that will help students, catch up on what they have been learning in school, fill gaps, whatever they have not been able to learn in school, and then give them the opportunity generally, to consume more educational content at any point in time. Remember that the multi-TV platform, which is a DTH platform, reaches over 4.5 million homes. And multimedia has, over the period, had over 10 channels on these platforms. So we are used to providing multiple platforms for various content to our people and our audiences. So adding on this educational channel was more of a thing that wasn't going to be too difficult to do, but of course needed also those partners to bring in their services to make it work.
Okay. Now, there's been lots of conversation about, the role that learning on television, for instance, plays. There's some who feel, well, this is not comparable to what you may have in the classroom. Yes, there was, a fund put in place to support students, but why would you want to go a step further when that, particular help has been taken away from you to want to create a learning channel?
Well, it is not an either-or argument or conversation. It is providing a platform that will complement what is already available, as in the teaching and learning that we see in classrooms. So we didn't set off to create an alternative to the classroom teaching that we know. We are, however, aware that no matter how solid the classroom bit is, and we've all been students before, we know that there are always gaps that one will want to be filled. And what better way to fill this than creating that platform on TV and giving people the opportunity to see their teachers, be able to ask questions, be able to get a feel of how the interactivity goes. It is about bringing that interactivity that you have in the classroom also on TV, but this time reaching far more people with the same content than you will reach in a classroom of 30 to 40 students or pupils. So it is about the multiplier effect, making bigger the effect of one classroom teacher teaching a subject or teaching a program, but then reaching as many people across the country as possible. And the footprint of the satellite goes way beyond Ghana, so you can imagine how far the Joy Learning content goes all across West Africa.
Let's bring Abu into this conversation. Tell us about the concepts on the channel. We're talking television, but there's also a social media aspect of it.
As Mama B, just to add to what Ken said, apart from expanding what we're doing with the Educare Educational Foundation, we also saw that, with free SHS coming, there were going to be multiple streams. And there were guys who were going to be home whilst other guys were in school. And we needed to be able to give them something to learn. And so we took it from what we had already been doing in this nation, like the special initiatives for distance education, which was on GTV and other things. The concept was there already. And what we did was just to blow it up. And like you said, we right from the beginning, we saw that social media was very integral. We know that a lot of the youth and the kids and the target audience that we had spend a lot of time on social media. And so we also used social media to recruit, to amplify what we're doing on the channel, and to recruit people and backward integrate them onto the channel. In your earlier report, one of the kids said they had it on Instagram and then they went back and tried to track it on the channel to watch. So on the social media platforms, we do the subjects that are shown on the TV, but we also have other concepts like the trivia and then the essay club, which originates on social media, and then we bring it back onto television. Social media has really been a great tool to reach the young people. We are on all platforms: Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Our YouTube channel is Joy Learning TV. Facebook is at Joy Learning TV. Our Twitter channel is Joy Learning TV. And then Instagram is at joylearning_TV. And here we do live streams of our subjects. And we also, on the YouTube channel, the subjects, when we finish, we post recorded subjects so that kids can go back to it and can then assess the lecture or the class again and be able to go over and understand better.
I remember the uniform challenge. That was an exciting one. So it's not just...
Yes, that was an exciting one. We got people to send images of themselves in their school uniforms so we could select the best one. You know, you try and engage them. Like in every school or like in a normal school, you have your curriculum activities and extracurricular, and you try and engage the kids so that they can get excited about learning. You know, there's a fun part to learning, and then there's the learning too.
Absolutely. Now, we've got great partners who have been with us. SES, you've been with us from the very beginning. Was it a difficult decision to make?
Well, thank you, Amali. Well, your audience actually knows about multimedia very well. So let me say something about SES before I go into. So SES, we are the world's leader in content connectivity solutions. We are also the only company that operates over 70 satellites in 2 different orbital positions. One is the geostationary orbital position and one is the mid-earth orbital position. We deliver content and connectivity to over 1 billion people in the world through our customers. In Africa here we have over 10 satellites doing that as well. And in Ghana we're partnered with KNET on the video and network side of our business, and also a company called Supertech for networking, connecting banks, oil and gas, mining, governments, and also providing video content to our viewers. So yes, we provide all the channels, or we put all the channels of multi-TV on our satellite. So when Ken was talking about the satellite at 28.2 degrees, it covers all of West and Central Africa. So that's what we do. That's why we are sitting at this table as a partner to this great initiative, right? So for SES, it was a very easy decision to make. You know, as part of our giving back project, you know, we've been a satellite business over 35 years, and we serve people. So we're happy to give back, especially to the youth, when it comes to education. Yes.
So let me get to you, Kenan. So apart from SES, who are the other partners of this?
So we have KNET. KNET, as you heard in the documentary that played, is the leading internet service provider. What I know they do is they provide strong platform services, infrastructure services to telecommunication operators, and so TV is one of them. And so yes, SES provides the satellite spectrum. KNET does the uplink and makes sure that the content goes onto the satellite for it to be beamed and received into homes. So KNET ties into SES on the technical service side as far as the service is concerned. Then there is also Wolo. Wolo started as a content provider, and we know what they do. They provide us a lot of content stuff, and they were very generous, to bring a lot of content around the SHS and even JHS syllabus that they had done, which they provided with their tutors and all those. They brought this onto the platform from the very early days, and they have been there for us. They are one of the key reasons why Joy Learning has become the success that it is today.
And if I may just add, KNET has been a partner of SES for over 20 years in Ghana here. As Ken said, they have one of the best teleport facilities in Africa, delivering to our satellites. They've been a very instrumental partner. We partner with them on other activities in Ghana as well. Yeah.
Sure. And Abu, back when we launched the Joy Learning channel in 2019, the focus was senior high school students. And then, of course, the COVID hit. We didn't see it coming, but then it came. And we had to change strategies a bit. Tell us about how the pandemic has boosted the growth of the channel.
Well, I mean, we didn't look into the crystal ball. We didn't see the COVID coming, like you said. We just wanted to reach more students and also introduce top teachers to every nook and cranny in the country. Then come the pandemic and come lockdown. And now it's not just senior high school that we have to then begin to provide content for. Begin to think about a junior high school. How do you provide content for junior high school? Because the kids were also affected. We partnered with a couple of people. We began designing shows for junior high school. We expanded the schedules around senior high school. We started preparing special classes for revisions because, people were not going to school before the exams were still home. So we did our revision classes where we designed specific models around subjects which, a lot of the students were receiving feedback from them that they really needed extra tuition in. And then we kind of answered questions, and got them to participate. Also, we used our essay club, to kind of design and shape what we're doing. We'll go to the kids and we'll ask them to write an essay on how we could use Joy Learning to enhance education during the COVID period. They will bring back brilliant suggestions. We feed that back into our programming. We feed back into our planning, and then we'll shape products for them. So together with the kids, we use the channel to then provide this gap which was around during the COVID period.
So what's ahead of us? How does the future look like?
Well, we are constantly improving and taking feedback. In fact, we kicked off this year with a research around the country, got feedback. Our research partners, Pragma, organized a research for us, and we got feedback from them. So we've taken feedback from them. We've fed it back to the teachers. We've noticed also that the kids really want to bond around the channel. And so there's an offering of a Joy Learners Club nationwide, which is coming up so that we can get the kids to interact with each other. We know that social media and digital media is key. So already, like I said, our digital channels are up and running. We are looking at developing an app where the students could then access the education more. And then we are looking at adding TVET subjects, and then some sign subjects and classes for hearing impaired students.
Great.
Wow, that's exciting to note. And let me get to you, Ken. Yes, you've talked about what the future would look like, but there's also the question about sustainability, because we know that yes, it started before, in the past on a special initiative. There are a few challenges. What are we doing to ensure that this doesn't suffer same?
Well, as I said earlier, this is rooted in multimedia's age-old corporate social responsibility of giving back in the form of education. We know that we have the firm commitment of our partners to carry this going forward. Let me just mention quickly that, when the president at a point in time last year mentioned that as a result of COVID and the lockdown, teaching will be provided digitally in some way, we reached out to the relevant ministries and said, look, the Joy Learning channel is available. We would love that you put content on this. We would love that you work with us. There are no fees, there are no charges. Kids are no charge anything to access content on the platform. We're still waiting for some feedback from that regard. But going forward, as Abu has said, we are keen on making Joy Learning a key part of delivering educational content to students and pupils across the country. We believe that it has a place, and so our duty is to make sure that it is sustained and it works. We are looking at possibly, of course, we know Ghanaians are very giving, and we know that there are people who want to always impact students and society in various ways. We're still trying to figure out a good way to reach out to people who will want to, through the Joy Learning channel, also help society. Okay. How will they want to do this? We are still working on how we come to that.
And while we are working on that also, it's important, for instance, how much it's cost us over the period.
Well, we've said that it is not so much how much it costs us. Of course, there is cost to everything. In total, it is in the region of 1.5 to 2 million Ghana cedis a year to run the channel. And as you are putting in more competitive content, more compelling content, more complexity, as Abu said, delivering content to visually impaired students and all that, cost is going to be higher. And so, yes, as we move forward, we likely will see this cost going up. Yeah.
And Theodore, how much is it costing SES?
Well, I wouldn't want to put a figure to it, but we're just delighted to be part of it. And let me add, on the way here, I heard Kwadjo talking about broadband penetration in Ghana being about 22% or something. This is why satellite is so important. And satellite being ubiquitous or covers the whole of Ghana and West Africa, it allows every child anywhere in Ghana, as long as you have a multi-TV dish and a box, digibox, you can receive the channel. Today in Ghana, over 70% of homes receive their TV via satellite. Over our satellite. So 2 out of 3 homes in Ghana receiving their content via the satellite. So it's a great tool, a great medium to reach the masses. So we are delighted to be
great. And how long is this partnership going for? Are you with us forever?
Well,
ever?
Well, I mean, I can't say forever and ever, but we've been partners with Multimedia Group and KNET and the rest for over 10 years, providing great content to Ghanaians. And we're happy to continue to be a part of this education initiative. I mean, we know that one of the SDGs, I think number 4, quality education is important for the development of nations, and we want that for Ghana as well. So we will continue to be a partner. But yes, at some point we'll have to sit down and look at how we can also talk about monetizing this service or bringing
great. Thanks for the partnership.
Bringing other partners involved. Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
All right. So finally, let me start with you, Abu. Your final comments.
Well, it's been a great experience. Very fulfilling. Working with our in-house team, Nana, the technical team, designing and shaping this channel. Great partners, Tio, Keenet, and joining from Bolo. Really fulfilling. We want to do more. We look forward to doing more. And we know we are going to impact more on education for our children.
Theodore, finally from you.
Well, I mean, as I said, we're very happy to be part of this, and we wish the kids all the best of luck throughout this process. And we are hoping that in the future we can have a solution that also allows them to
to be able to have a recorded systems onto the digibox itself, rather than go online. As we just spoke, internet is not the penetration is not that great. So it'd be great to have a box that allows you to record the content and play it back. So that's something that we're hoping to add on to this.
Ken.
Yeah, so again, it's an exciting opportunity to impact in the lives of people, make an impact in the space of education. We are happy to be working with the partners who have agreed to be with us, and we are in for the long haul. This is not about making money. This is not about financials out of the Joy Learning channel. It is about how we give back to society and how we complement the efforts of the traditional systems to deliver quality education to students across the country. And that is what we are pushing for the Joy Learning channel to do.
Thank you very much, Ken Ansan, who's Chief Operating Officer of the Multimedia Group. Thank you, Theodore Sampong, General Manager of SCS, and Abdullahi Abudu, General Manager, Dome Cluster Multimedia Group. Thank you all for joining us. It's about complementing the efforts at providing quality education in this country. And that's what Joy Learning it's all about. But what has been your experience? That's very important to us also. For those of you who've learned from it and for those whose children have benefited from it. When we return after these messages, we'll give you a chance to share your experience with us on 0302 216 541. Stay with us. We'll be right back.